Lord, Father of infinite goodness and mercy, I present myself before you in this moment, not with the haste that often grips me, but with a profound yearning for serenity and a heart that seeks to learn the art of confident waiting. I know I often lose myself in anxiety, in the restlessness of wanting my plans to materialize on my timeline, according to my will. Life, with its twists and turns, frequently throws us into whirlwinds of uncertainty, and it is in this tempestuous sea that my faith is tested. I feel the pressure of expectations, my own and others, the urgency for results, the need to see doors open now, in this instant. It is common to fall into the temptation of thinking God's silence is absence, that delay is forgetfulness, that difficulty is a sign that something is amiss with our journey. But today, Father, I come seeking refuge in your presence to understand that your sovereignty extends beyond my limited comprehension. I wish to place in you not only my desires and needs, but also my anguishes and fears, trusting that your plan is perfect, even when I cannot see the path. The battles we fight, the challenges we face, the dreams we nurture in secret, all these rest in your hands. There is an intrinsic beauty in waiting with calm, a learning that only reveals itself when we dare to relinquish control, when we allow your timing, which is always the best timing, to guide us. This prayer is not a request for you to hasten events in my favor, but a plea for discernment, for inner peace, so that I may live each moment with gratitude, regardless of external circumstances. I seek the wisdom to recognize the signs of your providence, to understand the lessons in each wait, to find joy in the journey, and not merely in the promised destination. May my soul find calm before your greatness. May my mind be freed from the shackles of impatience, and may my spirit be strengthened in the conviction that the Lord is acting, even when nothing seems to be happening. Trust in you, Lord, is a daily exercise, a conscious choice of faith that liberates me from the tyranny of haste and connects me to the profound peace that only you can offer. May this meditation lead us to a place of genuine surrender, where waiting becomes synonymous with spiritual growth and a more intimate communion with you. Lord, as I contemplate the vastness of your divine timeline, I realize that patient waiting is not an act of passivity, but of active surrender to your purpose. It is the courage to quiet the noisy mind that clamors for immediate certainties and to make space for the whispering wisdom that emanates from your presence. Often, we fixate on the tip of the iceberg, the visible outcome, the achieved conquest, and forget that the process, the slow and careful building that occurs beneath the surface, is where true spiritual maturity is forged. Consider, for example, the farmer who casts his seeds into the earth. He does not despair when the plant does not sprout the next morning. He trusts in the natural cycle, in the latent life force within the seed, in the conditions you provide, the sun, the rain, the fertility of the soil. Likewise, our dreams and prayers are seeds cast into the fertile soil of faith. Despair arises from wanting to uproot the plant prematurely, from trying to force a growth that defies the divine laws of patience and flourishing. Deepening this perspective, let us see how this waiting manifests in more complex challenges, such as overcoming trauma or healing a deep wound. It is not a matter of proclaiming instant healing, but of embracing the gradual path of restoration. Each step, however small it may seem, is significant progress. Resilience does not arise from the denial of pain, but from the capacity to traverse it with your steady hand. Think of a body's recovery after surgery. Healing takes time, requires rest, care, and above all, faith in the intrinsic process of repair. In the interim, anxiety can impel us to seek relief in means that divert from the path of genuine treatment. Confident waiting, however, teaches us to value each small improvement, each day of respite, each glimpse of returning strength, recognizing that true healing is a sacred and temporal process, guided by your master hand. Furthermore, patience in waiting empowers us to discern your will more clearly amidst the myriad options and paths that present themselves. Without the haste of choosing, without the eagerness for quick results, discernment becomes sharper, less influenced by the impulse of the moment. It is like navigating calm waters. Visibility is greater, deep-seated obstacles are perceived in advance, and the route can be adjusted with prudence. If we incessantly seek financial exchanges or career opportunities, with an expectation of an immediate yes, we risk accepting proposals that, in the long run, lead us away from our highest calling. The time we dedicate to contemplation and prayer, rather than acting impulsively, allows us to hear your distinctive voice, distinguishing the ego's clamor from the spirit's whisper. Consequently, the virtue of serene waiting liberates us from the tyranny of comparison. In this age of instant information and the illusory showcase of social media, it's facile to fall prey to measuring our progress and success against others. We observe seemingly flawless lives, rapid achievements, and meteoric success, prompting impatience to set in, urging us to question why our own trajectory appears more protracted, more arduous. Yet, each journey is sui generis, replete with its own unique challenges, lessons, and divine rhythms. God's timing for one may diverge from God's timing for another. Confident waiting encourages us to focus on our own race, paved by your promises and guided by your love, rather than becoming ensnared in the comparison with others' triumphs. This serenity allows us to celebrate the milestones of our own sojourn, secure in the knowledge that your plan for us unfolds in perfect timing, with the beauty and plenitude that only you can orchestrate. In light of the reflections that have woven the threads of our journey thus far, a panorama of increasingly distinct understandings emerges, culminating in a wisdom that transcends the ephemerality of immediate desires. We perceive that true spiritual maturity does not manifest in an unbridled yearning for tangible results, but rather in the refined art of allowing divine designs to unfold in their sovereign time. It is in the quietude of waiting that the soul deepens, nourished by trust in celestial promises, learning to discern the whisper of truth amidst the clamor of a fast-paced world. Reflecting upon this course, we ascertain that patience is more than a virtue. It is a portal that ushers us into a more profound comprehension of the nature of growth and perseverance, where each stage, however subtle, carries the weight of transformative learning. Much like a patient artist shapes their masterpiece, drop by drop, stroke by stroke, life and wisdom is constructed to the cadence of time, assured that the ultimate beauty resides in the very journey of refinement, in the cultivated resilience, and in the faith that strengthens amidst adversity. At this juncture of our collective contemplation, it becomes evident that confident waiting echoes divine faithfulness, an invitation to entrust our yearnings into hands that govern all with unparalleled love and precision. It is the understanding that, even in moments of apparent stagnation, a more profound and beneficial process is underway, orchestrated by an intelligence emanating from the Creator himself. The diverse nuances explored lead us to a point of convergence, where the perspective of time expands, revealing the breadth and perfection of the plans that envelop us. This synthesis, far from being a mere accumulation of ideas, forms a robust foundation for ultimate contemplation, preparing the ground for comprehension to blossom in its fullness, with the serenity and clarity that only genuine faith can provide.